Hello and welcome all in this video. So we are going to discuss about the parental care in amphibia. Parental care in the amphibia. So in the amphibian organisms, looking after their eggs or the young ones until they are becomes independent is called as parental care. So here the parental care is very much found in the amphibia, and in case of anurans, urodales shows much more parental care than other amphibian orders. This method of caring of the eggs or their young ones is called as a parental care. That is, looking after the eggs or the young ones until they are become independent is called as a parental care. So this parental care is categorized or having two types of there are two steps by which the parents get the or the parents can care their eggs or small tadpole larvae. Here the first step is the protection by the nest or nurseries or making their shelters. Protection by making nest or nurseries or the shelter is the first step, and in the second step they can also care their eggs or the larvae either by protected by carrying them one of the parents. In the second step they can directly carry the eggs or the small larvae. That is the second step. In the first step, so here in this video we will discuss about the protection by nest or the nurseries or shelters. In that, first step is the selection of site. In the selection of site is the first step in the protection by nest, nurseries or shelter. So many amphibians lays eggs in protected or moist microhabitats on the land. So here they can select a particular area. These amphibians can select a particular area, and that is called as microhabitat, and in that microhabitat which is found near the water on the land, they forming microhabitats, and in that microhabitats which is a moist area nearer to the water bodies, and here they can lay eggs. Many amphibians lay eggs in a protected moist microhabitats on the land. Then some of the tropical tree frogs, in case of tropical tree frogs like the toads, these toads can lay the eggs on land near the water. Tropical frogs like the toads lay their eggs on the land nearer to the water area. And many tree frogs they can also lay their eggs on leaves or branches which are overhanging the water, and when these eggs are hatched, the hatching of the eggs takes place, small tadpole larvae are formed, and that then directly enter into the water body. Also, in case of species like Philomedusa, Rhacophorus, they can glue their eggs to the foliage hanging over the water, and after the hatching, the tadpole larvae directly then enter into the water. In case of Rhacophorus malabaricus in India and Chiromonatis of Africa, deposit a small spawn on trees. And in case of many tree frogs, they can deposit eggs in water that accumulate in epiphytic tropical plants. And the tadpole, which is the larva of these amphibians, the tadpoles on hatching drop into water beneath and complete their metamorphosis and become adult into the water. Second type in the protection by nest, nurseries and shelter, that is the defending eggs. Defending eggs, this is the second step. That is one of the partner, either male or female, can take the care of their young ones or the eggs. So here male of green frog in the first step, male of the green frog Rana calimentus species maintain territory and attack small intruders to defend eggs. So male of that particular species of the green frog Rana calimentus species maintain a territory, and they can defense the eggs against their predators or the enemies. Second one is the male or female even guard the eggs. Male or female, in this diagram we can found as male or female can guard their eggs sitting over them. So here are some eggs found in this diagram. There is having a bunch of eggs, and on that egg there is a particular animal, particular male or female can sitting over the eggs and care that particular eggs. In case of Mantophyron robusta, the male sits over the eggs and holds them with the hands, and the elastic gelatinous envelope containing the eggs, in the elastic gelatinous envelope or the bag, the eggs are protected and the male sit over the eggs up to the hatch. Some tree frogs laying eggs above the water and may sit beside the eggs or rest on the top of them. This is the defending eggs. Third step, direct development. This direct development step in some terrestrial tree frogs is found in direct development of the small ones can be takes place in these organisms. So in case of some terrestrial frogs like the tree frogs, in case of terrestrial frogs or tree frogs, they can direct take care, that gives the development that the small ones are directly developed in this case. In case of some terrestrial frogs or tree frogs like Eleutherodactylus hyloides or Hyla nebulosa. In this case, the direct development, the eggs are directly developed into the small ones. The eggs hatch directly into the little frogs, thus avoiding the larval mortality. This is a very safety method of caring of the eggs. That is, here we can find direct development. The eggs are directly developed into the small ones. In case of red-blacked salamander, the hatchlings are miniature of the adults. This direct development is also found in the red-blacked salamander, which are the developed small young ones are like that of the adults. So this is one of the important factor in the protection of the protection by the nest or the nurseries or in the direct development in the parental care, very much developed step in the parental care in the case of amphibians. Again there are 4 steps forming the foam nest. This foam nest in case of many amphibians like the Japanese tree frog, Rhacophorus, the mating couple or breeding couple can dig a hole which is called as tunnel. They forms a tunnel into which the eggs are left in a mass to avoid the desiccation. And during the rains, the hatching tadpoles are washed down the sloping tunnel into the pond or river water for further development. So here is a diagram we can found in this diagram, that is here is having a tunnel, and in that tunnel there is the eggs are laid by the female, and this tunnel is made by the mating couples, male and female parents can dig such a type of tunnel or a hole into the soil, moist soil nearer to the water body. Here is the water body, and in that tunnel the eggs are hatched, and afterward in the rainy season, whenever these eggs are hatched and small tadpoles are formed, the tadpoles then come in contact with the water to the nearby water body, and development, that is a metamorphosis, takes place in the water and they become the adult. Then in case of female South American tree frog, Leptodactylus masticans, they can stir up a frothy mass of mucus and lay eggs in them. They forms a floating foam nest. The tadpoles developing in this improved nest can readily enter into the water. Some anurans, which is one of the order of the amphibia. So in case of some anurans, they can lay eggs in a nest forming a foam nest. So here you can find the foam nest. The animals form such a type of foam nest which are floating on water, and the female emit huge mucus that she beats into foam with her hindlings or hindlings to lay eggs. So the female, by beating the hindlings, they can forming a foam by the secretion of particular secretion. They can form a foam nest, and in that foam nest the eggs are hatched and tadpoles are released, and that developed tadpoles then released into the water body. Number fifth type of the protection by nest or nurseries or shelter, which is the type of parental care in amphibia, formation of mud nest. So here, in case of Brazilian tree frog Hyla fabri, the male digs a little hole which is also called a nursery, which is about 30 by 30 centimeter diameter and 5 to 8 centimeter deep in mud. They form a mud nest in which female lays eggs. Male dig little holes in the mud, and in that mud the female lay eggs, and tadpoles hatch within this relatively safer barrier and develop into the adult. There are two types tree nest. In case of South American tree frog, Phylomedusa hypochondrals lay eggs in folded leaf. They can lay eggs in a folded leaf, and the leaf margins glued together by the cloacal secretion. So the cloacal secretion secreted by the parent, and with the help of that cloacal secretion, the leaf borders or margins are glued together, and in that particular bag-like structure, or in that folded leaf, the eggs are laid and develop. In case of Hyla resnifictris, they can line a shallow tree cavity. Or cavity of the tree with a bee wax, and this bee wax obtained from the hues of certain stingless bees. From the stingless bees, they can get from that hue they can collect the bee wax, and this bee wax then lines the shallow tree cavity, and in which the female lay eggs. When the cavity is filled with the rainwater, then the hatching of the eggs takes place. Again, in the seventh type here about the protection by nest, that is the formation of the gelatinous bag. In case of Phyronaxalus borui, eggs are enclosed in a sausage-shaped transparent gelatinous membranous bag, and in that bag, this bag is secreted by the female and left in a mountain streams, and in that gelatinous bags eggs are laid. And in case of Salamandera carislingi, which is the aquatic salamander, they can deposit small eggs, which is about 50 to 60 small eggs in a gelatinous bags, which is fastened to aquatic plants, and in that bag, in this gelatinous bag, the eggs are laid by the female. So these are some types of parental care by the protection by nest and nurseries or shelter. And in our next upcoming video, we will discuss about the second type of parental care, which is called a direct caring by the parents. So thank you very much for watching this video.